Hey guys, thanks for tuning into another exciting edition of Here We Go, and today we have some amazing news to share with you. In fact, let me cut to the chase. The news is this. Alright, Bayern have agreed a deal to sign Nicolas Jackson from Chelsea. Yes, folks, that's right, all the key details, how it's gonna happen, what's included, and why it matters. So let's dive straight into it. Yes, the story is all about the highly talented Senegalese striker who's known for his pace, his finishing, and his physical presence up front. And of course, I'm talking about none other than Nicolas Jackson. For those who may not be familiar with Jackson's talent, let me bring you up to speed. So Jackson is one of Chelsea's most promising young talents coming through the ranks. He's got all the attributes that make him a handful for any defense. Now, while he hasn't had a ton of first-team experience at Chelsea, he's shown glimpses of brilliance whenever he's been called upon. Now here's the deal. As I said, Bayern have agreed terms to sign Jackson. But hold on a second, because this is not a permanent transfer. This is going to be an initial loan move for 1 season. And the fee for that loan is going to be 15 million euros. And there's no obligation to buy included, meaning Bayern can return him to Chelsea after the season. But here's the twist. There is a buy option clause inserted in the agreement, which means Bayern can choose to make the move permanent at the end of the season. However, what's important to note is that if they want to trigger this buy option, they're going to have to cough up an 80 million euro package. And that's a lot of money, so it's not a small investment. It's going to be a big financial commitment if they decide to exercise that option. Now, given that this is a loan move with a buy option, it seems like Bayern have the intention to keep Jackson in their squad for the long haul. But the ball is ultimately in their court. They can decide whether they want to trigger that option next year based on his performance and their own assessment of the player. This isn't the only interesting part about the deal. There's actually a bit more. If Bayern decide to exercise that buy option and sign Jackson permanently, then Chelsea will be entitled to 20% of any future sale. So they've got a little sell-on clause included as well. As for Jackson himself, he's expected to fly to Bavaria later today with his agent Ali Barat from Epic Sports. And that's a clear indication that everything is agreed. It's all 100% done. The player just needs to get there, complete the formalities, and he'll become an official Bayern player. So let's talk about why this deal makes sense for both parties. Why did Bayern Munich come for Jackson? Well, they're on a mission to rebuild their squad after a disappointing season last term. And Jackson represents an exciting addition to their attack. You see, Bayern are in need of a dynamic forward who can lead the line and provide goals, and they believe that Jackson possesses the qualities they're looking for. His pace and finishing ability are exactly what they need to add some firepower to their attack. And not to mention his physical presence is going to be a force to be reckoned with. And then from Jackson's perspective, why did he choose Bayern over other options? Well, this move presents an incredible opportunity for him to showcase his talent on a bigger stage. Playing for Bayern means he'll be part of a top-notch squad with a rich history of winning. The next question is, how much playing time will Jackson get at Bayern? Now, judging from the reports coming out of Germany, it seems like he's going to be a regular starter. Thomas Tuchel is apparently very confident in Jackson's abilities, and he is planning to build the attack around him. All things considered, this deal looks like a win-win situation for both Bayern Munich and Nicolas Jackson. So let's take a moment to appreciate this amazing transfer move. While there might be some skepticism or questions about Jackson's readiness to play at such a high level, I personally think he's got what it takes. The boy has shown potential, he's got the support of his teammates and coaches, and now he's got the backing of some of the most passionate fans in football. If anyone can handle the pressure and expectations at Bayern, it's Jackson. Now, I know a lot of you, especially the Chelsea fans, might be feeling a bit of sadness knowing that Jackson won't be at Stamford Bridge anymore. But hey, it's all about what's best for the player, right? Jackson's decision to move to Bayern shows that he wants to take the next step in his career. And honestly, who can blame him? This is a big opportunity for him to shine and make a name for himself. So to all the Chelsea fans out there, let's wish Jackson all the best for his future endeavors. He's got our blessings and we'll be rooting for him from afar. Now, I understand some people might be wondering about the financials of the deal. Like, why are Bayern paying so much for a loan when they do and even have to buy him? Well, think of it this way. It's a risk-free investment for them. They're getting a top young talent for a season without committing to a permanent transfer right away. And if they like him enough, they can always exercise the option. It's a smart strategy. Now before we wrap up, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, Harry Kane is still on the radar. Nothing has changed there. Bayern are still keen on bringing Kane to the club, and they were willing to pay a hefty price for him. However, they decided to make moves for Jackson first because, well, Kane might take his sweet time in making a decision. So Bayern didn't want to wait. They needed a forward ASAP and they found that in Jackson. As for Kane, the plan is to revisit the situation in a few weeks and see where things stand. But for now, all attention is on Jackson and rightfully so. He's the new star in town and the excitement is palpable. Bayern Munich have made a significant statement by agreeing to sign Jackson. They're showing that they're serious about rebuilding and competing at the highest level. And what better way to do that than by investing in young talent? Let's not forget that this is a player who could have easily stayed at Chelsea. He had options, but he chose to join Bayern. That says a lot about the allure of the club and the project that's being built there. With Jackson on board, the future looks bright for Bayern. They've got a squad that is hungry for success, and the addition of a dynamic forward like Jackson is just what they needed. So let's raise a toast to this incredible signing. Here's to a successful journey for Jackson at Bayern Munich. May he continue to grow as a player and lead the line with pride and passion. Alright, folks, that's a wrap. Thank you for joining me on this exciting episode of Here We Go. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to show your support. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe so you never miss out on any of our thrilling updates. Stay tuned for more updates, and until next time, keep the passion alive. Thanks for watching. Remember, the game never stops. Neither does Here We Go.